It's looking pretty good, y'all. My name's Zach, and 3 months ago, I bought this abandoned house for $1,000. If you're curious as to exactly how I did that, I made a video explaining step by step, which you can watch up here. Today's video is a bit of a recap of what exactly I got done in the last month. So I hope you enjoy, and if you do, feel free to hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, and you can always undo it later. But anyways, let's get to past me. Can y'all believe it's already been 9 weeks since I bought this house? Now, a lot of you left some really great suggestions to try and keep this ceiling, and I totally agree. I am super on board with the idea of vaulting the living room and totally agree that I should put a loft in here. So my plan would probably be to vault it from here to there maybe and lift all this up. And then that way, with this exposed, I could put a little loft up there. Now, I know some of you are probably looking around at this place and saying, Zach, what is even going on? And I totally agree with you there, but I did make a video a while ago designing a floor plan for this house. You can watch it up here if you missed it. And in that video, I show my dream layout idea for this place for about 5 seconds, so you might want to pause it. But that might give you a better idea of what I have planned. Also, a couple weeks ago, I did step on a nail, and don't worry, y'all, I have a tetanus shot. If you're a returning subscriber, you know that I love to chit-chat and yap with you guys, but we have some serious work to do today if we want to stay on schedule and get all the demo done this week. So my plan for today is to get rid of this bathroom finally, and get rid of this closet finally, and probably most importantly, finally get rid of this entrance because it is moldy and it is nasty. Surprisingly, this is the only area in the house so far that I've seen that actually has mold damage. Also, as you know, there's no real way for me to access my backyard, so I'm thinking of cutting a hole in the side there so I have an easier way to get back there. But don't worry, I'm leaving town for a bit, and I talked to neighbors and I said, if that fence isn't gone by the time I get back and all your vehicles aren't cleared out in my own backyard, I'm gonna have a few words to say to you. Just so we're all on the same page, I am leaving town for about 2 weeks, so I've been here every single day trying to get as much done as I can so you guys don't miss a single video. I know y'all have been asking for longer videos and I'm trying my best, but there's only so much tearing stuff down that I can show you guys without it being super boring. Speaking of boring, I should probably stop talking and get to work. First on the agenda, I think it's time for a cleaning montage. Now that the yard has a nice, thin, even layer of drywall all over it, I think we can move on. Y'all, that wasn't even sped up. That's just how fast I work. Bathroom time. Oh, wait. Bathroom time. Thank you to my papa for getting me the scaffolding. So the builders of this house strike again. It would seem as though this piece here is behind this piece here, which is behind this piece. Ah! Now this piece is behind this thing. I just can't win, guys. Just up here. If any of you watching are feeling a little stinky, perfect, because it's shower time. Why are there 2 layers of drywall here? Some of you may be upset that I just tore that shower to pieces, but I promise nobody wants to reuse that thing. Surprise, surprise, more screws. Hat change. Just kidding, it's the next day. I put this one on for all my American subscribers. I love you guys. I love all of you equally though. Don't let it get to your head. Whoever built this house put trim all along the ceiling here, and it's really hindering my progress. I have to be very careful because I do not need 7 years of bad luck. No thank you. No.
Okay. I like that wall.
Where's the mask? What is a bar of soap? So as you can hear behind me, I did bring in backup. So that means less work for me to do and more work for them. One of them is a familiar face. One of them is my older brother, Damien.
I'm Dad.
A man of little words.
I'm Damien. I'm Zach's older brother.
What's your social security number?
None of your business.
While they're working there, I think I might just, I don't know, go for a walk, grab some lunch. Who knows?
There you go.
The trailer's getting pretty full, y'all.
You have to go. Okay, take the other corner. You got it. Take this all the way off. And that other one here. That's why we can't get it off. Just step it over, Dad. What?
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Watch out, there's nails everywhere. I'll let you guys do whatever.
What are you doing?
I'm taking fresh air, buddy.
What? What are you looking at me like that for?
I will say 3 pairs of hands is a lot better than 1. Now the work's not quite done here, but what do you say we just take a little inventory of what we've done so far? I have no clue how this much garbage came from this little bathroom, but the garbage pile is back with a vengeance. And y'all, this is what the bathroom is looking like so far, but we've made two interesting discoveries. One being that this place quite clearly almost caught on fire because this is exactly where the dryer vent was, and it's a little crispy here. But in better news, there's this, which I think is the exact same wood as the floor, but I really like it on the walls.
You ready for us?
Yeah.
Let's go. Right here to this corner. Now watch yourself. Okay. You okay? Yeah, that hit me in the gut. Watch the tail.
Get some heavy
Okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure? Did it hit you?
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, just pull it apart.
Yeah. Ow.
Oh, it's
Oh my God. There we go. Yeah, that's better, I guess. Good thinking. There we go.
Are you walking home or do I have to drive you?
Obviously, you're gonna drive me.
What do you say we do a little recap of all that we accomplished today? So here in the entrance, the insulation in the ceiling was super moldy, so we decided to get rid of it, but all that did was expose that. So this is obviously the reason why it was so moldy in here. The ceiling is just completely rotted away. Another reason why I think I should just get rid of this whole thing. And inside here we have a complete mess, as per usual. This closet area is all opened up, so I can finally just take all this out and finally be able to visualize what exactly I'm doing in here. It's a bit of a hazard around here, but the bathroom is completely torn away. We did end up finding a little wasp or hornet nest up there, but they're all asleep for the winter, so it's fine. As you can see behind me, there's more of those floorboards that I found in the living room, but this time they're going up the wall. Isn't that exciting? But I think I can safely say, and proudly say, that interior demolition in here is done. Now I know y'all are probably worried because we didn't have a toilet time, but all I have to do is somehow find a way to get over there. It's a bit treacherous. And then just through here. The toilet. Y'all, I can't believe we did it. Demolition is done. Finally, we can rejoice. And as you know, the best place to rejoice is on the throne. So this toilet time, of course, goes out to you, and especially to my members and anyone who hits the thanks button. Your support directly helps this renovation, and honestly, I can't thank you enough. But I think that's all I have for you guys this week. Next week, I have no clue what we're gonna do, but I'm excited to see you there next Friday. Aloha! How do I forget how to do this. Aloha everyone, that's right. I have finally returned. Now for you all, nothing has changed, but for me, everything has changed. One being that I'm super tan now. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, while I was in Hawaii, I was thinking about this place quite often, but I don't think I quite remembered the state that I left it in. But after pacing around this place a few times, I've come to the conclusion that this place is still in dire need of some help. Now, just a little behind the scenes for you guys. Today is Mother's Day, so I thought I would surprise my mom with putting her to work. My favorite part about having my family come down to help is that I don't have to do any work.
That's funny. What do you think? Guns on.
This is gonna be a long day. So, what's on the agenda for this week? Well, since interior demolition is finally done, we can finally start work on what I think will probably be the biggest challenge, fingers crossed, of this whole project, and that is fixing the foundation. But in the meantime, this yard is a mess, and I think we should have a nice clean slate before I make an even bigger mess in the backyard.
You guys own this house, Suzette?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he does.
Pardon?
He does.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Really?
So he's totally gutted the inside and just learning as we go. Bringing her back to life.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You learn lots that way. I've never been in there, but no one's been in there a long time.
No.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You take care.
Have a good one. Get my sunglasses. I should have wore shorts.
That's how it's done.
Good job. Easy work.
Got it. Okay. I'll be fine. Ow. I should really put some filter. Put the tire on.
I have a genius idea.
What would that be? I don't think that's a genius idea. This is why young men need mothers when they get these ridiculous ideas. Love how he's just moseying around while mom's doing all the work on Mother's Day.
Nice strategy.
Uh-huh. I don't know what your strategy is here, but it's not working. Just saying. Oh. Oh. We're gonna get that angle from over here.
Well,
It's not working for you. Now it's really in our way.
right. I'll just tuck it back.
That mullet though, just rocking it today.
Now you may be wondering, why are we taking out all of these bushes? Some of them were healthy. And that's because I don't even know what the front of the house looks like. No, you can keep working.
Plus, we might put a deck on the front.
So, just to keep our options open. The garbage trailer is surprisingly, once again, overfulling. Overfulling. Yep. Now I know what you're thinking, Zach. What the heck do you mean it's already Wednesday? Where have you been the last 2 days? We got work to do! But it was actually my 24th birthday, so I had to take the last 2 days off. The first day because it was my birthday. Second day because I was dealing with the aftermath of my birthday. But it was super fun. Thank you all again for the birthday wishes. But y'all, we still got a lot of work to do. So as you saw for the last 5 minutes, on Mother's Day, my mom wanted to come down and help me get some yard work done to prep for when we eventually start digging a hole in the backyard to get to the basement. Now, you may be wondering, Zach, why do you even have to dig a hole? Can't you just take it all through the crawl space? No. Because if you remember from previous weeks, this little hole here is the only way in and out of the crawl space right now. And I can barely fit through there. And I do believe it was around episode 2, week 2, where I did a tour and I went down into the crawl space. And as you may remember, there's a huge furnace down there as well as a bunch of garbage. So the only way I can get that out is by digging a hole. But as per usual with renovations, we've run into some more hiccups. And that is that I need to call a gas company to show me where all the gas lines are before I start digging a hole, because always call before you dig. You dig? And on top of that, the entryway that is all moldy, that I can barely get stuff through, I really want to tear that down, and I need a different kind of permit to do that. So then that's another thing, and then permits take a little bit to come in. So of course, as soon as I get back from vacation where I had my feet up on the beach, I come back here and everyone's working against me. But there's still plenty of work to be done, and if you guys are anything like me, you're probably sick of me being in here tearing stuff apart, but there's just one more thing I have to do, I promise. I hope. I don't want to break that promise, so I'm just gonna say I hope. And that is, of course, getting rid of all of this insulation. So what do you say? We start doing that. Safety first. I do have to say a huge thank you to my papa who got me a toolbox full of goodies for my birthday. This was in the wall. Now, who was the silly guy that put all of these here? Because they're kind of in my way. Sorry. Now, I'm not sure why they chose to put so much cotton candy in the walls, but hey, to each their own. We have ran into a problem, which is a problem that I face all the time, and that is that this house is full of insulation, cotton candy, and the garbage trailer is full of garbage. And I think I gotta let this house air out because it is full of cotton candy air, and I don't think I should be breathing that in. Yes, I know, it's already Thursday. You're wondering, Zach, what have you been doing all week? I know, and that is what you were wondering yesterday as well. And I've been wondering the same thing. Well, after yesterday, I had to cut it a little bit short because I've had a few business calls to make. As I previously mentioned, I did have to call the gas people to come here and tell me exactly where the gas lines are so when I'm shoveling back there, I don't accidentally cause a gas leak. But of course, with everything, that takes time, so they're not going to be in here for a couple more days. But it's already Thursday, so... And the other businessy thing involves that front porch there, in which I thought all I would need to fix this place up was a demolition permit, right? Wrong. What we need is a development permit. So I have to get one of those now, and just like with everything, it doesn't happen in a day, and it's starting to bother me. So honestly, y'all, this week feels like a complete write-off. But I just have to keep in mind that with demolition and renovation, it doesn't happen in a day. Because after all, Rome wasn't built in a day. And this is my Rome. But honestly, I think I just need to get a few things off my chest and just catch up with you. Because for me, it's been almost 3 weeks since I've even filmed a video or been in this house. So you know what that means. That's right. It's your favorite part of the video. It's my favorite part of the video. It's toilet time. So I have quite a few things that I would like to talk to you all about this toilet time. Some things that I find are very important. The first being that I don't want to seem like a whiny guy or anything, but I just want to be completely real with you all because I care about you all very much, and I think as friends, we should just be completely transparent with each other. And that is that I've been away from you guys and YouTube for about 3 weeks now. Now, you probably didn't even notice because I had videos scheduled because I was doing so much right before I left, so then you guys wouldn't miss anything and you wouldn't even know that I was gone. But for me, it's been about 3 weeks since I've even been in this house, let alone in this country. Right before I left, I was in the groove of it. I was just on top of the game, and now that I came back, I gotta find my groove again. Also, don't mind the big pile of cotton candy beside me. I'm sure it's perfectly fine that I'm not wearing a mask. And after this week with more curveballs thrown right when I got back into it, things have just been a little off recently. But I'm determined to keep on trucking forward, and that is all thanks to you who watch. Truly and honestly, I cannot thank you all enough. While I was on vacation, I was reading your guys' comments and I was so pumped to get back. And now that I am back and I kind of felt like I lost my groove, I keep reading your comments and they just mean the world to me. But since my groove is somewhere around here and I'm working on finding it, please feel free to leave any suggestions for video ideas you have for me, just to throw some ideas my way and some inspiration, because I don't remember what I was even doing. But honestly, the fact that you even keep watching and are rallying for me, it just means the world to me. So of course, I cannot thank you enough. I love you guys so much. You guys and gals, I should say. But anyways, enough of that. My heart feels all squishy, so I think we should get back to the business at hand. So, as per usual, we have a big pile of cotton candy on the floor. Actually, that's unusual. This is a new thing, but it's still garbage. I'm not quite sure why I was so surprised that there was this much insulation in the walls, but I'm just happy it's all gone now. You may have noticed when I was taking out the insulation, there were some strange happenings going on behind it. All over the wall, particularly here and over there, there's just random pieces of wood just nailed to the wall, and I've absolutely no idea what that's about. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to tell me. But this feels really good. It's actually down to the bones now. We're just not going to talk about this for now because I don't know how to remove it. But as you can see, we have all the joists and all the beams exposed now. And with these beams going up here that I wanted to vault and take out, they do not connect to this post, so they do just run completely straight along here. So I think I should be good to just lift this all up and then have a big, beautiful open space, but that's thinking a little far ahead. Over here, we have more of those random pieces of wood that I'm just not sure about at all. And even more over there. I have no clue what's going on in here. But there's a huge pile of garbage, and you may be wondering to yourself, Zach, why aren't you cleaning that up? So as you may or may not know, we do have this garbage trailer out there, but we do have one slight issue, which has happened before, and that is that my dad is back at work. And in this operation, my mom is kind of the brains, my dad's kind of the bronze, and I'm kind of here as well. But that means no matter how hard my mom and I try, we cannot even budge the trailer a little bit to get it close enough that she can back her car up and we can take it to the dump. So I'm just going to have to figure that out, I guess. But anyways, moving on through here, it has been pouring rain, so this is all wet because as you may remember, there's a huge hole in the roof. And this right here is the bane of my existence. I've wanted to take out this porch since the day I bought this house, and nothing has been allowing me to do that. Nothing being the town, because I need to get a bunch of permits. But come on guys, just look at it. I'd be doing the town a favor getting rid of it. Speaking of the bane of my existence, I'm kidding, I love my neighbors. But the cars are still in the backyard, which has to be moved if I'm going to start digging a hole, or else I'm just going to dig under their cars. And I will do it. But anyways, moving on through my lovely door. Yes, I will be mowing the lawn. It has been raining a lot, and I can't really fit my lawnmower in my Kia Sorento. But these bushes that were once here are finally slowly going away, and they're all basically completely dead actually, because you can just pull the sticks right out of the ground. Oh, that branch. And here we have, of course, the overloaded garbage trailer, which is nothing new. But anyways, y'all, things, I swear, they're going to start moving around here once this final permit comes in, and then the gas guys can come and show me where the gas line is so I can start digging, because next step is the foundation. But sadly, I do believe that is all I have for you this week. Again, leave any video ideas you have in the comments. I'll read and respond to all of them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. Or maybe even a little before that. But next Friday for sure. See you then. Feels like I'm on top of the world up here. In case you're new here, my name's Zach. I'm 24, I live in Canada, and what feels like a year ago, but was only a couple months ago, I bought this that I'm standing on. A house that has been abandoned for almost 10 years now that I'm desperately trying to fix up. Now, I've gotten quite a few comments from you all asking about the roof situation. And honestly, I'd never even been up here, but I think it's definitely quite the situation. Because coming up here, I've realized that this roof has not been touched since it was built over 100 years ago. Now, I gotta do this pretty fast because in case you can't see behind me, there's a huge storm coming and it has been raining all week, which is why it's already... Being up here is a little nerve-wracking, I'll be honest, because as you can see by over here, these shingles really, they're barely attached. Now down over here is that little entrance part, which I know not to step on because I will fall through. But just from a couple minutes of my beady little eyes looking at this roof, I think the actual roof structure is pretty good. This wood is still in great condition. It's just the shingles that are, need a little work. Because walking on it feels like I'm walking on styrofoam, which I don't think a roof is supposed to feel like. Now being up here, I really get a grasp of just what I'm dealing with. First of all, this tree is ginormous, and I really don't want to tear it down because I have a feeling it's about as old as the house, and cutting down a 100-year-old tree just feels wrong to me. I didn't just come onto the roof to just play around and run around on it and goof off. I am actually here for a reason, and that reason is to take measurement of it so I know exactly how much material I need for when I replace it. So that means I'm gonna have to put my brain to use, which I have not done since I was in high school. And in case you don't believe me, I did completely forget to bring my tape measure up here. So I have to go all the way back down and risk my life. I am just gonna record this just for insurance reasons. Got it. Now the other reason I came up here was to take a look at this old chimney, which is no longer in use. The new chimney that they had put in is that thing over there. Because if you remember, in the center of the living room, I have all those walls up, and that is because they're supporting this. And I'm gonna have to take this thing out. Now I've been told when taking out chimneys, you wanna work from top down, but there's a storm fastly approaching, so I probably don't wanna be up here when it's lightning out. When I was putting up my ladder, I did also realize this. The gutters aren't attached at all, so those also have to be replaced. Just in case you don't remember, this is the part in the living room I was talking about. This chimney goes all the way up to what we just saw. So to take it down, I'm gonna have to go back up there and just hammer away at it, I guess, until it's all down to here, and then I can remove all of this. You know what, just to blow off some steam before that storm comes, I'm gonna do something that I love to do. Some yard work. Got it. Obviously, I'll have to come around here with the whippersnipper and get the rest of the little scraggly pieces. But I'm already starting to feel little driblets of rain, so no more outside time. may be wondering why I'm in the middle of a field right now. Well, the truth is, I'm not actually. I'm at my grandma's house. And the reason is that I promised her I would dog sit for her while she took my papa to an appointment. So today is sort of a write-off. And I may not be a weatherman, but I can sure tell you that it has been raining all week. So it's probably for the best that I'm not outside so I don't catch a cold. Because that wouldn't be good. And just in case you're curious who I was dog sitting, it's this boy. Timber! That's his name. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be rainy, but it probably will be. What are you doing down there? Get up here. I got some pretty good news, and the gas line people will be here midweek next week. But until then, I do have quite a few ideas of what we can do just to hold off in the meantime. 2 of which are up here on the roof. 1 being getting this thing taken down, whatever that is. And 2, starting work on removing the chimney. Now, I do believe this is an antenna. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I don't even think I'm gonna have cable in my house. And I also don't think that this thing has worked for the last like 40 years. So there's no point in keeping it. Timber! Next on the agenda is starting to get rid of this chimney behind me. First of all, the fireplace that this thing was connected to isn't even there anymore, so I don't really think there's any use in it anymore, unless I'm gonna put one in, but in that case, I would put the chimney somewhere else. Also, I may have made an oopsie and misplaced my drill somewhere, which kind of stinks because this thing is full of screws, and that makes me think I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. You may be asking, Zach, what's the old-fashioned way? It rhymes with medjammer. It's a sledgehammer. Timber! In case it isn't obvious enough already, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I did talk to my papa about removing a chimney, and he said the best way to do it is to work from top to bottom. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I've successfully made a hole in my roof. You can really see just how thin the roof is here. That's probably 1.5 inches. I don't know, I'm Canadian. Also, you may be a little concerned that it's been raining a lot these last couple days, and I've just made a huge gaping hole in my roof. But the forecast calls for clear skies for the next couple of weeks, so I think I'll just patch it up a bit, and fingers crossed, no rain gets in. All right, let's go downstairs. Well, upstairs but downstairs. I'll just meet you there. Whoopsie. I think we got it. All right. This may be a bad idea, but my mom isn't here to tell me it isn't. And this beam right here is not supporting, so this should be fine. Fingers crossed. Gonna be honest, not really sure why I did that, because it didn't do anything. You know, my papa may have said best way to do it is from top to bottom, but in this case, I'm just gonna break it down here and see what happens. Or not. You guys, gonna be honest, I think I might have to call in backup for this, but I do have one more idea we can do for this week. Corner time. So I do regret to inform you that the toilet is currently being smothered by insulation, so it is unusable and out of commission for the week. I promise you the corner is just as cool, if not cooler, than being on the toilet. No, the toilet's cooler. I always like to take this time and dedicate it to my friends or to things that I like, and of course that means you guys and gals. And a huge thank you to all of my members. If you want to support the channel even further and support the renovation, you can hit the join button right by my name, or I'll leave a link in the description of this video and you can click there and join and become a member of the rocks, of the people that rock. I gotta think of a name for you all. But if memberships aren't your thing, which I totally understand, you can hit the thanks button underneath any of my videos and send a one-time donation to this renovation project, and it will mean the world to me. But of course, just you taking the time out of the day to watch my videos every Friday means the absolute universe to me. So as always, thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart. I love you all so much, and I promise that I will have more videos than just one a week coming up for you guys. I've been brainstorming things, but now I just gotta start filming. But my vacation is over now, the May long weekend is over now, my birthday's over now, so my schedule is cleared. So of course I would love to see you there, so if you don't want to miss it, hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, you can always undo it later, and I think we should get back to work. Corner time, over. Pardon the background noise, everyone around me seems to be doing some type of work that involves a saw, so it is kind of loud. But I did a little bit of snooping and conniving, and I do believe that since this isn't attached to the roof of the house, I technically don't need a permit to remove it. That being said, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not going to remove it completely. But since it is just such a hassle to get into the backyard, I think what I should do is take out this wall, so then I have a new back door. Now I do have to be extra careful because there is broken glass here, and I'm not trying to get hurt. Does anyone know how to remove a window? It's not a mirror, so it's not bad luck. Please. Seriously, y'all, I mean it. Do not try anything I do at home. I do not want any of you getting hurt. So it turns out we're not actually done with this sledgehammer. What do y'all think? Much better, huh? No? Well. As the day is winding to a close and I'm getting progressively more sweaty, I think we should take a little recap of what we've done today. Starting with, and probably the biggest thing, we finally have an entrance to the backyard, so I don't have to go through the neighbor's yard anymore. Also, great news regarding the whole backyard neighbor situation. It is all getting sorted next week. So those cars will be gone, and then the gas line people can come show me where my gas lines are, and everything will be good. Sorry. And as I don't really want to climb back on the roof because I did almost slip off, which I didn't catch on camera, which sucks. I guess I can just show you from down here what we did. Lots and lots of garbage. So the yard is becoming an absolute mess. I don't really know what's going on here, but I should because I was the one who did it. But the dump is open, so I should be able to take all this stuff to the garbage land. The landfill, I mean, and have this place back in working order. Also, I do realize that now having a lock on this door makes absolutely no sense because people could just enter from the back. But I like to think that from the front, it looks like there's not a hole back there. And another thing is that there's now a big, giant, gaping hole in my roof, which would allow so much rain to come in. But in case you don't remember, I did, in fact, misplace my drill somewhere. So I got to find that. So I'll probably just patch up the hole off camera if I hopefully find my drill. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much. And I will see you next Friday. Yeah. Next Friday. Yeah, I should just stop. Hello all, welcome back to my $1,000 house renovation. Now, I'm just gonna give you a little heads up, today's episode might be a little trashy. No pun intended. Because over these last couple of weeks, the amount of garbage in this house has grown to a rate that I just can't stand anymore. And I think it's about time we clean it all up so I don't have to look at it. But before we begin, I should probably introduce myself in case you're new here. My name's Zach, I'm 24, and yes, I did in fact buy this entire house and property for $1,000. If you're curious to how I did it, I did in fact make a video which you can watch up here explaining exactly how I went about it and how I bought this house for $1,000 and potentially, maybe, you could too. Also, I don't think it'd be right if we didn't do this episode without acknowledging someone very close to me who disappeared recently. My drill. In my arms and my ankles, fly away out of here. You'll be missed. But anyways, we got some work to do, so I will see you on the roof. And yes, I'll be very careful. You know, Chicago may be the windy city, but I think this place is definitely the windy town, at least. I apologize for the wind sounds. I'm gonna try my best to cover you guys up. I'm still working on getting a mic, but in case you don't remember, we have this huge hole in my roof, and I think I've discovered a little trashy idea on theme with the episode of how to cover it. And that trashy idea involves, well, a trash bag. The only tarp I have is literally as big as this house. So I thought, hey, why not just use a garbage bag? Is it too windy for you? Oh no. Stay there. Perfect. Look at that, y'all. Problem solved. I gotta get down from here because it is so windy up here. I feel like I'm gonna fly away, and we have a special guest here. Now, in case you don't remember, the inside of this house isn't the only place that's full of garbage. The yard is an absolute mess. That's why I thought I should call in reinforcements, and not only that, but a fan favorite. My mom. A little further forward. Stop. So we have run into some technical difficulties. Since my dad's not here, we don't, entirely know what we're doing. And my mom's car seems to be too high, and my car is too rusty to even fit a hitch in it. We're just gonna try some more stuff. Oh God.
Represent.
This makes me feel good because, at the end of the day, I'm not the only one who doesn't know what they're doing. A little forward. Forward. Forward, forward. You're going to scratch your car. $10. 10 hours later. I think we did it. Oh my goodness, it is so hot today, but we finally got it all loaded. It's all strapped up back there. I promise it's totally safe and totally legal. But now comes the fun part. I have to drive this little rickety old trailer in this Durango all the way out to the dump and then remove it all by hand. I love having a house, what can I say? I made it. It got a little bumpy there at the end, but we made it, and it is so hot out. I'm sweating, but we got some garbage to get rid of. I did it, but the work is nowhere near done. I'm sure there's still probably at least 3 more loads to go, but hey, 1 down. Meet you back at the house. So we have another load loaded up. The yard is looking pretty good. Let me just show y'all. Right? It's looking pretty good. But just because the front yard is looking good does not mean the inside is. There's still all that insulation in there that I will have to bag up and load up, because I don't really think that I can just put it in the back there because it's super windy today. So it'll all just blow away. And yes, it is scorching hot out today. And yes, I am wearing jeans. You may be saying, Zach, why are you even wearing jeans? Well, I don't want to scratch my legs in shorts. So let's go to the dump. It's so hot. And you know what, you guys and gals, I think I need a little break from being outside because I'm starting to get a little sunburnt, and I got enough of that in Hawaii. So my plan now is to put all of this insulation into garbage bags and get super itchy, and then once that is done, just to save me from making more dump runs because it's kind of getting a little boring, what I'm gonna do is tackle something big in the backyard finally. If I was sitting back there right now, the grass would be up to here. And I think if I'm gonna start digging back there, that needs to change. By the way, the call before you dig guys did get back to me, but I'm not really sure. I thought they were supposed to come here and like spray paint the grass and show me exactly where the lines are. All they did was send me this satellite picture of my house and say basically that where I'm digging there's gas lines. So they basically stated the obvious. So that's not super helpful. But anyways, I'm not going to let that bother me. I think it's time for me to get a little itchy and uncover my long lost friend, the toilet. I think I need some bigger garbage bags. He agrees. That should do. It's toilet time. I'm not sure if you can see beside me right now, but there is a little mountain of garbage bags arising, which I think is a good thing. I just need a little rest here, and you know me, my favorite place to rest is on my throne. I just wanted to have kind of a one-on-one with you all, because I feel like this month has been quite slow. It's just been basically cleanup of the damage and destruction that I did last month. Hello, it's Editing Zach here, and you can tell I was quite tired because for half of this toilet time, my head is like cropped out of the frame. So I'm aware of it, and I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, no matter how slow things are going, I have you all, and I have your little beautiful comments to read, and I just love you all for that. Honestly, I'm super itchy right now. There is a layer of insulation all over my skin, so yes, I probably should have worn a long sleeve shirt, so you guys can take back your comments, because I'm sure there were a couple asking me to do it. But the front yard is looking great. It's back to its almost former glory, and inside, the insulation's finally being picked up. And then there's, you know, the outside. And this may come as a disappointment because it was to me, but the cars are still there. But I've talked to neighbors a billion times asking why they're still there, and there's a slight issue. And that issue is that the cars aren't actually my neighbor's. They're my neighbor's brother, and his brother is nowhere to be seen, so therefore he doesn't have the keys. So I'm not really sure if I should call a tow truck or what really the deal is here, because they need to be moved, because I can't even walk around in my own backyard. Because all I want to do is dig a hole back there, because once the foundation is done on this place, I can actually start fixing it up. I don't really want to invest in a new roof or walls and floors before the house is on a foundation, because we're going to have to lift it, and if I lift it and the house shifts a little bit and everything crumbles, that's going to be a waste of a lot of money, and a lot of money that I do not have. But I digress. I love you all so much. This video's not over yet. Don't think it's over. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of my members. If you want to become a member, you can hit the first link in the comments. My membership link is always there. But if memberships aren't your thing, you can hit the thanks button under any of my videos to just send a one-time donation to my project. I love you all so much. Blah, 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 blah. Does this guy even know how to make a YouTube video? Moving on, the front yard may look clear of garbage, but it is not clear of tall grass. Good segue, Zach. Good segue. There's still garbage in here. Hold 1 second. I really want to mow the backyard, but somebody forgot to take out the garbage out of the entryway. And that someone was me. Yeah, I think that'll do for now. Y'all, I feel like a fool because I haven't actually been back here in basically a week. And look what I see. Flag, flag, flag. The gas people were here. This changes everything. But that doesn't still change the fact that I'm not even sure the last time this lawn was mowed. It is up to my knees. What do y'all think? Looks pretty good, huh? Obviously, I still need a whipper snippet, but I actually don't have one of those, so that's not super helpful. But it just feels good to finally have access to everything back here. And by everything, of course, I just mean the shed. Right now, there's just a bunch of garbage in it, and I think it might just stay that way because, as you can see, it is completely falling apart. It's actually slanted. You can't really see that, but I don't think there's any saving this. We have our gas line markers, which I did not even notice. Silly me. But in case you can't tell, I'm kind of short-circuiting because it's just so hot out. And I might not have drank enough water. And also, I burnt my finger on the lawnmower. So I'm kind of having a rough day. Now, back inside, we have my massive pile of garbage bags, which I should probably do something about. Because the dump closes in like 30 minutes. But just to save you all the bore, you've seen me do this a million times. Probably only like 4, but still. I'm going to take all this garbage off camera and go home and shower because my skin is so itchy because I'm sweating so much and I'm covered in insulation. But I hope you all enjoyed nonetheless, and if you did, feel free to subscribe because it, in fact, is free and you can always undo it later. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a comment. I'll make sure to get back to you, and I love you all, and I will see you next Friday. Probably before that, but definitely next Friday.